Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. It's not even training camp yet, but the buzz surrounding Wes Welker in Washington is getting louder by the day. From the moment the Commanders announced his appointment as a personnel analyst, expectations were high. But Welker is already exceeding them. Even without pads, his fingerprints are everywhere inside the Commanders' facility. That's the kind of energy and experience he brings. Wes Welker isn't just some guy with a fancy title. He's a former NFL star, a coach with a keen eye for detail, and someone who knows how to connect with players on a human level. This isn't a ceremonial hire. This is a move made with purpose, and it's already paying dividends. What we're seeing right now in DC is a rare combination of timing, football IQ, and the kind of locker room presence that can flip a team's culture on its head in the best possible way. When the Commanders brought in Wes Welker, they weren't just looking for another voice in the room. They were looking for someone who could elevate the wide receiver core and sharpen the edge of their already impressive coaching staff. And Welker, without question, has done exactly that. He jumped into off-season activities with a level of intensity and focus that clearly rubbed off on the players. You could see it in the way fourth-round rookie Jalen Lane responded. Lane, fresh out of college, didn't just blend in. He stood out. That's no accident. That's preparation, mentorship, and the kind of detailed coaching that Welker delivers. Naturally. And it's not just the rookies. Even guys like Luke McCaffrey entering his second year are showing significant growth. These aren't just one-off improvements. These are the early signs of a sustained upward trajectory. Wes Welker is doing work in DC, and the results are already turning heads. You want to talk about impact? Let's talk about messaging. One of the most underappreciated aspects of coaching is setting expectations before the grind even begins. And that's exactly what Wes Welker did before the team broke for the summer dead period. According to team writer Zach Selby, Welker didn't just give the usual coach speak. He delivered a message that hit home. He talked about winning time moments, those split-second plays that decide games, seasons, even careers. And more importantly, he emphasized that those moments don't wait for anyone. You don't train for them when they arrive. You prepare now during the quiet months. That's leadership. That's how you create a culture of accountability. When you hear that kind of wisdom from a guy who's lived it, it resonates. Welker is already shaping mindsets. That's bigger than any drill or film session. That's building a championship mentality. Welker's influence goes beyond a wide receiver's room. His presence is elevating the overall football IQ within the Commanders' locker room. This is a guy who understands situational football at a level few can match. From his time playing under Bill Belichick to coaching in elite offensive systems, Welker has been groomed by the best. That experience is now being passed down to a new generation of commanders. Whether it's route precision, awareness of defensive tendencies, or just how to be a pro, Welker is serving as both a mentor and a teacher. And the Commanders are clearly responding. You don't need to wait for preseason games to see it. You can hear it in how players talk about him, see it in how they approach practice. It's early, but the culture shift is undeniable. Wes Welker isn't just fitting in. He's redefining what leadership looks like within this organization. And here's where it gets really interesting. Welker's track record with wide receivers is already well established, and that's starting to translate directly in Washington. His previous work with stars like Deebo Samuel in San Francisco is well documented. Samuel himself credited Welker with helping him find the right mindset to rise above criticism and hit new levels in his game. That wasn't just good coaching. That was belief, structure, and targeted development. Now that same method is being implemented in Washington. With young, hungry receivers looking for guidance, there may be no better mentor in the league right now than Wes Welker. He knows how to unlock potential, how to fine-tune mechanics, and how to keep confidence sky high. The Commanders didn't just hire a coach, they brought in a proven developer of talent. That's a game changer, especially for a team looking to build sustainable success around a young core. Wes Welker's role may officially be personnel analyst, but his actual influence reaches far deeper. Titles only tell part of the story. What Welker is doing in Washington is about building a foundation of consistency, preparation, and poise. His approach is holistic. It's about habits, not just highlights. He's challenging players to view the offseason not as downtime, but as opportunity. And they're responding because they know Welker isn't asking them to do anything he hasn't done himself. He played at the highest level. He took hits across the middle, made plays in crunch time, and earned his way into coaching through work ethic and credibility. That kind of resume commands respect. And in a league that thrives on small margins, Welker's teachings could end up being the difference between a playoff win and a playoff exit. The Commanders see it, and so should everyone else paying attention. You can't overstate how important hires like this can be. Personnel analysts don't usually make headlines. They're often behind-the-scenes figures who do the grunt work and leave the spotlight to coordinators and head coaches. But Wes Welker is not just another behind-the-scenes guy. He's a force. His football mind is elite. His connection with players is authentic. And his ability to translate high-level concepts into digestible lessons is invaluable. That's rare. And that's why Washington's decision to bring him in might end up being one of the most important moves of their offseason. While fans often obsess over big trades or draft picks, sometimes it's the quiet hires that change everything. This is one of those moments. The Commanders saw an opportunity to get better in a subtle but meaningful way, and they nailed it. And if Welker keeps this up, it'll be impossible to ignore. What's also crucial here is the timing. The Commanders aren't a team in rebuild, they're a team on the cusp. They've got a talented roster, a young and improving quarterback room, and a coaching staff that's hungry for more. They needed someone who could plug into that momentum and add real value. Welker is that guy. He's not trying to reinvent the wheel. He's refining it. He's taking what's already strong and making it sharper, more precise. He's laying the groundwork now so that when the season starts, the Commanders won't just be prepared, they'll be dangerous. Every route run, every rep taken, every meeting attended, it all carries more weight with someone like Welker guiding the process. And as we inch closer to training camp, it's becoming clear that his impact might be one of the biggest storylines in DC this year. The ripple effects of Wes Welker's presence will be felt all year. Training camp hasn't even started, but players are walking and talking differently. They're practicing with urgency. They're thinking 2 steps ahead. That's what happens when you bring in someone who knows what it takes to win in this league. The Commanders are in a better place now than they were a few months ago, and Wes Welker is a big reason why. This isn't just about improving the passing game. It's about establishing a championship mindset across the entire organization. And it's still just the beginning. The preseason will bring more clarity, and the regular season will provide the real test. But if the early signs are anything to go by, this was a home run hire. Washington has something special brewing, and Wes Welker might just be the secret ingredient that takes them to the next level. So here we are, months away from the first regular season snap, and already Wes Welker is proving his worth in Washington. He's helping young players blossom, instilling a relentless work ethic, and reminding everyone that the little things matter. That's how good teams become great. That's how contenders emerge. No, you won't find Welker's name trending on social media every day. But talk to the people inside the Commanders facility and they'll tell you, this guy's making a difference. Sometimes it's not the loudest voice that leaves the biggest impact. Sometimes it's the voice that speaks with wisdom, experience, and purpose. Wes Welker is that voice right now in Washington. And if everything continues to move in this direction, don't be surprised if we're talking about him again come playoff time. Only next time, it might be with a trophy on the line. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL world is buzzing with a rumor that has fans and analysts buzzing nonstop. Apparently, Sam Howell, the young quarterback for the Washington Commanders, has reportedly expressed that he no longer wants to play alongside star wide receiver Terry McLaurin. Yes, you heard that right. Howell and McLaurin have been pivotal for the Commanders, but according to whispers in the locker room and insiders close to the team, things might be shifting dramatically. It's been a topic of heated debate, with many wondering if this tension is a mere rumor or the beginning of something much bigger. Howell's comments, though not officially confirmed in a press conference or public statement, have reportedly circulated in private conversations. This potential rift could shake the foundation of the Commanders' offensive lineup. Fans are speculating on what caused this alleged friction. Is it about playing style, leadership clashes, or just typical rookie-veteran disagreements that sometimes flare up behind closed doors? Sources close to the team suggest that the possible fallout between Howell and McLaurin might stem from on-field dynamics. Sam Howell, a promising young quarterback, is trying to carve out his role as the team's undisputed leader, while Terry McLaurin has been the established go-to receiver. For years, rumors hint that Howell feels the need for a change in chemistry or strategy to elevate his game. Some insiders say Howell's playing style demands a different type of receiver, or maybe more control over play calling decisions, which could be at odds with McLaurin's established role. Meanwhile, McLaurin has reportedly remained professional, but may feel slighted by the idea that the young quarterback might want to move away from what has been a successful partnership. This situation creates a fascinating narrative about power struggles and evolving roles in NFL teams, where chemistry is as crucial as talent. Adding fuel to the fire, some experts believe this tension could be a classic case of the changing of the guard within the Commanders. Terry McLaurin has been the franchise's top receiver, drawing defensive focus and making critical plays, but Howell represents the future. There's chatter that Howell's comments might reflect his desire to build a new team identity around different weapons, perhaps younger or more versatile receivers. This could signal the Commanders entering a phase where roster adjustments are imminent. Fans are already speculating about possible trades or draft moves to complement Howell's preferences. Could this mean McLaurin is on the trading block? Would the Commanders risk losing their star receiver to reshape the offense? It's the kind of drama that keeps NFL fans glued to their screens, as the off-field chess matches sometimes matter as much as game day performances. What's also intriguing about this swirling rumor is the timing. The NFL offseason is always ripe with speculation, but this development could be more significant as the Commanders prepare for critical offseason decisions. Reports indicate that conversations between coaches and management about team direction might be influenced by this friction. Howell's reported stance might be a negotiation tactic or a genuine desire to shift the team's offensive focus. Meanwhile, McLaurin's camp is likely monitoring the situation closely, weighing their options about contract extensions or potential moves. Now, this behind-the-scenes narrative adds layers of complexity to the team's strategy. Some insiders believe the Commanders might try to mediate and preserve the relationship for the team's sake, while others suspect a shakeup is inevitable. The NFL community waits eagerly to see how this story will unfold, as it has all the ingredients of a blockbuster offseason saga. The rumor mill also highlights the possible impact on the Commanders' fan base. McLaurin is a fan favorite, known for his work ethic, clutch catches, and charismatic presence. Howell, on the other hand, is still carving out his reputation, but has shown flashes of brilliance. The idea that these two might not coexist harmoniously has sparked intense debates on social media and sports forums. Fans are divided. Some back Howell's ambitions for change, seeing it as a step toward modernizing the offense, while others stand firmly with McLaurin, fearing the loss of the team's identity and star power. The psychological effect on team morale is also a hot topic, as internal conflicts can derail seasons. The Commanders' management will need to carefully handle this delicate situation to maintain unity and competitiveness, or risk alienating their passionate fan base. Adding to the speculation, some analysts point out that quarterback-wide receiver relationships are notoriously complex in the NFL. The rumor about Howell and McLaurin might be just the tip of the iceberg, reflecting typical growing pains of a young quarterback finding his voice. McLaurin's experience and status might feel threatened by Howell's rising star, creating natural friction. However, others argue this might be a strategic ploy by the team or media to motivate both players and generate buzz. After all, such rumors often serve as catalysts for change or to test public and team reactions. Coaches might leverage these tensions to push players to new heights. Whether it's a genuine conflict or a manufactured story, the speculation is heating up, and it promises to influence the Commanders' off-season decisions in unpredictable ways. Another layer to this unfolding story is the potential ripple effect on the Commanders' offensive scheme. If Howell insists on a different receiver lineup or style of play, it might lead to shifts in coaching strategies and playbook designs. This kind of change is never easy, especially with a receiver as talented and integral as McLaurin. The coaching staff might face tough choices balancing player preferences with team goals. There's talk that Howell's vision for the offense involves quicker releases, more versatile routes, or different target distributions, possibly sidelining some established stars. The Commanders could be gearing up for a transition period where experimentation dominates, causing growing pains early next season. NFL teams frequently face these crossroads where leadership, talent, and strategy collide, and this rumor perfectly encapsulates the challenges Washington might be facing internally. So financial implications also enter the rumor landscape. Terry McLaurin is on a contract that reflects his value to the Commanders, but if Howell's comments push management toward a rebuild, salary cap considerations might become central. Trading McLaurin or restructuring contracts could free up space for new acquisitions aligned with Howell's vision. On the other hand, losing McLaurin might weaken the team's marketability and competitive edge. Howell's emerging status means his contract and future earnings are also under scrutiny. The balancing act between retaining star talent and supporting the quarterback's growth is delicate and costly. Fans and analysts alike speculate on how the Commanders will navigate this financial maze, especially with other teams potentially eyeing McLaurin as a prime target. The business side of football often drives these rumors as much as player dynamics do. In this atmosphere thick with speculation, coaches and front office personnel have kept a notably low profile, which only adds mystery to the story. Their silence can be interpreted in multiple ways, either as a strategic move to avoid fueling the rumor mill or as a sign of internal uncertainty. Public statements have been carefully crafted to emphasize team unity, but insiders report tense meetings and differing opinions about the team's future direction. Some believe this low-key approach is an attempt to calm the waters, while others think it hints at more significant upheavals on the horizon. Whatever the truth, the Commanders' handling of this delicate situation will be crucial in shaping their offseason narrative and potentially defining the franchise's trajectory for years to come. Ultimately, the supposed fallout between Sam Howell and Terry McLaurin is more than just a player disagreement rumor. It symbolizes the growing pains of a team in transition. The Commanders are at a crossroads where the old guard represented by McLaurin might clash with the new vision embodied by Howell. Whether this results in a trade, coaching shakeup, or a reinvigorated partnership remains to be seen. But the NFL community is watching closely. Such rumors generate excitement, speculation, and sometimes drama that can influence player performance and fan engagement. For now, all eyes remain on Washington as they navigate these choppy waters, hoping for a resolution that brings success rather than division. The coming weeks and months promise to be pivotal for both players and the franchise's future. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.